Greater Los Angeles Open here on ABC Sports. It is always a pleasure to return to Southern California in Torrance, as a matter of fact, for the Greater Los Angeles Open, because for the 10th time we have returned to the Gable House. And I guess a good reason we like it here so much is the Kogan family right behind me. I'll talk about them a little bit later, but you must remember that our first three stops, two of the winners were first-time winners on the Professional Bowlers Tour. There are two bowlers today in our field of five that have that same opportunity to win their very, very first. What type of conditions will they be bowling on today? Well, what better way to find out than go down on the lanes, and right there on his right knee is Nelson Burton Jr. Bo?
Thank you, Chris. You're correct. The continuing story of the young Lions taking over the Professional Bowlers Tour also continues here in Torrance. But what has changed here in Torrance is the lane condition that the players have played on over the years. Historically, championship pair 13 and 14 here at Gable House has been a pair of lanes where the right-handers were forced to play between the second and third arrows. We had some very low scores, but the management here made a major change. They came in, they had a crew come in and completely resurface this lane surface. Now the lanes are very smooth and very playable from almost any angle. We have the left-hander, John Gant, playing around the third arrow on the left side. Some of the right-handers are playing the second arrow. Some have even opted for the first arrow. So we've had the highest scoring tournament of the four we've had so far this year, and I think the action will continue that way again today, Chris. Some super scores. They're ready for match play.
The first frame, shooting now in the second. The winner of this match will meet Mats Carlson from Gothenburg, Sweden, then John Gant of Independence, Kentucky, and Ricky Corona, like McCordic, a non-winner.
Pete, with the style that he's developed over the years, is almost a textbook style. Four-step delivery, slightly higher than shoulder arm swing, extended follow-through right towards the target. Off to a good start with two strikes. Could extend his lead over Wayne Webb to 20 pins with a third strike here in the third frame.
Three in a row. Pete McCordic, who was on television 3 times last year without a win, and today the winner will get $18,000, $9,500, runner-up $7,000, $5,500, and the loser of this match we're watching right now, $4,500. Webb now looking, hoping to double. Third frame, right lane. Crossed it twice, averaged 241, McCordic 206, and Wayne was one of 4 who shot perfect 300 games here during the week.
Watch Wayne Webb's eyes as he lines up. He looks down to see where he should mark on the approach. Then watch his eyes as he picks up his 2 spots in the lane. There's the early one, then down the lane, then back to the other one. Good movement.
Wayne Webb, 60 through the third with a strike up in the fourth, trailing by 20 pins. We're in our very first match on the Professional Bowlers Tour. We'll be back. Here is a most prolific non-winner on the Professional Bowlers Tour. Pete McCordic of Houston, Texas, 33-year-old, father of 2, who has 3 in a row. Now shooting in the fourth frame, can increase his lead to 30 pins. That's 4.
In 14 previous championship round experiences, as you see wife Susie looking on, liking the action so far, Peter perfect through 4 frames. Pete McCordic has only won 1 match in 15 attempts. He's 1 in 14, but he has a new year under his belt, and he really looks sharp. He practiced very hard in November and December. Is perfect through 4 frames.
Make it 5 now for Pete McCordic. He and Susan have 2 sons as we get a replay of that shot.
The action of the 2-pin, it drives to the sideboard, taking out the 4 and 7 pins, and that's one of the big reasons the scores have been so high at the Gable House. You're rewarded with a strike almost every time you hit the pocket.
And Wayne needed that one. Cutting the lead to 30 pins. We asked Wayne earlier that he predicted in 1980 he'd be the bowler of the decade. How's he doing?
Well, in 1986, I had a real bad year. It humbled me. It made me work a lot harder. In the last 6 months, I've been working real hard, practicing 20 games a day. Now things seem like they're coming around. I'm working on my spares, and I'm starting to bowl real good again.
Okay, Wayne, he has two spares already in this match. A double up now, shooting in the 6th frame. Getting some consistency now, Bo, isn't he?
Right, Chris. Nobody has lost a pocket hit. The 2 shots that didn't strike so far today were shots by Wayne Webb in both the 1st and 3rd frames. He hit light. He's been rewarded with 4 strikes, but he still trails this man by 20 pins, who is perfect through 5.
Now he has 6. 6 more, and it's $100,000. McCordic, we asked him earlier about a New Year's resolution.
Well, this New Year's, I just decided to forget all my the past that wasn't successful and remember what was. Just start over. Jack Biondelillo said to say or think of heaven in '87. So that's my theory and goal for this year.
A man who has never won a championship on the PBA Tour. Chris, I'll bet you there's many a player who has won a national title would love to have the 300 that McCordic has a shot at right now than any one of those championships. What an opportunity coming up in just a minute.
As we mentioned, Wayne Webb had one of the 4 300s during the week. Best games for McCordic, when you're looking, there's wife on the left, Susan, 288 and 279.
Some of the other 300 rollers this week, Mike Albee, Ron Palumbi, and Rod Pasteur. 4 perfect games. Wayne Webb can credit himself with 249 with another strike. Just not enough.
Big 249 for a man from Rehoboth, Massachusetts, now bowling out of Indianapolis, Indiana. And here we are now. 9 in a row, needs 3 more. Now he needs 2 and $100,000.
Pete McCordic, a great arm swing. He loses the ball slightly on the downswing. You see it ball only about 3 or 4 inches over the foul line, but direction is 95% of the sport. Solid in the pocket. The last player to stand in this position I can remember, Chris, was Johnny Petraglia. He had 11 in a row before finishing with 298. And I asked John, what went through your mind? He says, I went blank. The pressure was so much. Look at Pete shaking. 10 in a row.
One more. Ladies and gentlemen, just one more. And that couple, the McCordics of Houston, Texas, will be $100,000 richer.
Well, we gave away $100,000 in the U.S. Open just 4 weeks ago to another Texan, Del Ballard Jr. Pete McCordic, bowling immortality.
Is that a sight, Bo?
Within his grasp, one more strike. 1974, Jim Stepnich was the last time.
All right, here it is. Right lane. We have it.
is Pete McCordic. The tournament's not over. We still have 3 games left, but he's put a big dent in the prize fund.